Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to set up Webhook inside Invoiless. So Invoiless is a cloud-based invoicing platform which is designed to help businesses create, send and manage professional invoices effortlessly. So it offers amazing features such as invoice creation. With this, you can create custom invoices using ready-made templates. It helps you to easily manage all your clients by keeping track of clients and their payment history. It also provides tracking payment feature which monitor the payments. You can set the due dates with this and automate reminders as well. And if you are using Invoiless for your business, then this video is definitely for you, because today we are going to learn how to set up Webhook inside Invoiless. Webhook acts as a bridge for setting up connections between multiple work applications and for transferring the data from one application towards another on the happening of a specific event. When you are going to set up Webhook inside Invoiless, whenever a specific event occurs inside Invoiless, automatically the response could be captured inside Pabbly Connect of that specific event with all the details, and further you can send that same response to multiple other applications automatically. And in this way, you can automate your repetitive task. Let's suppose my objective is that whenever a new invoice will be created in Invoiless, I want to capture the response of all the details of that invoice, and I want to send a WhatsApp message to the customers for whom I have created that invoice. And that entire process I want to automate. Alright, so in order to do that, first of all, we have to build a connection between Invoiless and Pabbly Connect, and that we are going to do with the help of Webhook. Let's get started quickly. Before moving forward, you can see on my screen there are two windows. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. The trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose my objective is that whenever a new invoice is created in Invoiless, automatically the response of that invoice should be captured inside Pabbly Connect, and further I want to send a WhatsApp message to the person for whom I have created that invoice. So I'm going to take Invoiless in trigger, let's say, and WhatsApp Cloud API through which I want to send the WhatsApp message to all the customers in action step. Now, when we are going to build a connection between these applications, we will clearly see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the invoice is created in Invoiless, then only the message will be sent to the client or to the customer, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and action, let us quickly start connecting Invoiless with Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook. Now, to start with the automation, first of all, you have to go towards your trigger step and you have to select your trigger application. Now here, my trigger application will be Invoiless. So let's select that quickly. Then we have to select the trigger event. Now what is trigger event? Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or it is going to start. You have invoice created, invoice updated, invoice paid, invoice deleted, estimated, accept. So on the happening of whichever event you want to capture the response, you can select that accordingly. Let's suppose I am taking the example of invoice creation. So let's say I want that whenever a new invoice will be added in my Invoiless account, then I want to capture the response of that. So here, as I have selected my trigger event, I have received a Webhook URL. So my objective is to insert this Webhook URL inside Invoiless in such a way that the connection will be built successfully, and as soon as the connection will be built, whenever a new invoice will be created in Invoiless, automatically the response will be captured, and that too instantly. And with that response, the workflow is going to trigger automatically. So let's copy the Webhook URL because it is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of every new invoice which is created in Invoiless towards Pabbly Connect. As we have copied it, now what we have to do, we have to insert it inside our Invoiless account. And to do that, we have the steps given over here. We just have to follow these steps carefully, step by step. So I'm going to tell you what you are exactly supposed to do. So first of all, after copying the Webhook URL, I'm going to take you towards my Invoiless account. It is saying you have to log into the account. So here, this is my account. After coming over here, when you will scroll down in the left side, you will find the option of integrations. So you have to go towards the integration option. When you will scroll down, you will see the option of webhooks. We are setting up the connection with the help of Webhook. So here we have to insert the Webhook URL in this field. So here we have the existing URL which is already added. So I'm going to simply delete it, and now I'm going to paste the recent URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect, the new Webhook URL. As we have done that, now we have to go towards the show details option, and here we have multiple options. So we have to select the specific event on the happening of which you want to send a response towards the Webhook URL. My objective is that whenever the invoice will be created, the response should be sent. So invoice created will be my event over here. But according to your choice, whichever event you have selected inside Pabbly Connect, you have to select the same over here. As we have done that, now we are going to simply click on save. and the webhook is set up successfully over here. So now we'll go back towards Pabbly Connect. Here it is showing waiting for webhook response. Now when we have inserted the webhook URL inside Invoiless, we have built the connection and now we are waiting for the response. How we are going to capture this response? To capture the response, we have to do a test submission. And how we are going to do that test submission? By simply performing the same event which we have selected in trigger event option. So my event is invoice created. When I will create and add a new invoice in my Invoiless account, the response will be immediately captured. So I'm going to go back towards Invoiless. I will go towards the invoices section and here I'm going to create a new invoice. Okay, so let's say, so here we have the invoice number, the date of issue, the due date of the invoice, which is already selected. I'm going to select the currency, that is Indian rupees, INR. Here we have the language of the invoice, that is English. Then we have the status. I'm going to select it as draft only. We have to select the customer. So currently I have 2 customers in my account. So I'm going to select one of the customers, just a random one. Then we have to provide the name of the products for which we are creating the invoice. So let's say the name of the product is wooden chair. Quantity, I'm going to select it as, let's say, 2. Then here I'm going to select the unit price, per unit price of each chair. So here I'm going to give the per unit price as 2. Total amount is changed to 4,000. 2 into 2,000 is 4,000. Then we'll move forward. If you want to add any discount, you can enter it over here. Let's say I'm going to provide the discount on overall amount as 500. So we have the total amount to be paid by the customer as 3,500. If you want to add the tax, you can also add it over here. If you want to add any extra charge, let's say if you are selling the product which requires installation, you can add the installation charges as well, or the subscription fee if you want. Then here we have all the details. You can provide any terms and conditions as well. I'm going to give the condition, let's say, as item will not be returned. If you want to provide any notes, you can also enter it over here, and done. Okay, now I'm going to click on create invoice. As we have done that, the invoice is created successfully. And here we have the link of the invoice as well. When I'm going to open it, you can see that this is my invoice. We have the product for which the invoice is created. We have the bill to customer. Then we have other details as well. So now I'm going to take you back towards Pabbly Connect. You can see as we have created the invoice in Invoiless, the response of that invoice is automatically captured inside Pabbly Connect. Here we have all the details. First of all, we have the type. That means what event is performed, invoice is created. Then we have the invoice URL, so that you can just directly send this invoice URL to the customer or the client as well. Here we have the total amount to be paid by the customer. We have the terms and condition which I have entered. We have the status of the invoice's draft. We have the invoice property ID. Then you can see we have the invoice number over here. When you will scroll down the amount, the per unit price of the product, we have the discount value, the name of the product which is being purchased. Here we have the quantity as well, and over here we have other details, the name and the email of the customer as well. This means that the connection between Invoiless and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful. As you can see, we have received the exact details which we have entered while creating the invoice. So in a similar manner, once you have set up the connection, as soon as a new invoice will be created in Invoiless, the response of that will be automatically captured inside Pabbly Connect. Further, once you have set up the connection, you will be able to transfer that same response to any other application according to your choice. That too automatically by adding these applications in your action step. For example, if you want to send a confirmation message to your clients for the invoice or the reminder for the payment to the clients with the invoice, you can send a WhatsApp message. Okay, you can send the same invoice to your team members, to your finance team as well, that the invoice is created on this particular date and it is due up till now and it is due up till when. And in this way, you can automate your repetitive tasks and manage the finances of your business. Okay, here I have just taken the example of invoice created, but in the similar manner, you can use any other trigger event as well according to your choice which is available. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.